2014 by Edmund Carter, and presently also holding the charge of Director Census Officer in Goa, apart from Secretary Tribal Welfare and Secretary Panchayat in Goa. Along with me, I have Shweta Nandwana. She is the Deputy Director, Directorate of Census Operations Goa. And along with me, I have Shri Vijay Saxena, who is the Director Planning. Director Planning is also our nodal department here in Goa as far as the census activities are concerned. So we all know that Census 2027 is beginning for the entire country from tomorrow. Every state has notified its own dates. I'll begin with the constitutionality of the census exercise. We know the census is mentioned in the Union Subject List in the 7th schedule of the Constitution, serial number 69. The census that will be carried out will be under the purview of Census Act 1948 and Census Rules 1990. As far as Goa is concerned, the census in Goa will be conducted in two distinct phases. Phase 1 will be house listing and housing census that will begin from 16th April to 15th of May 2026 for Goa. The self-enumeration period will begin tomorrow from 1st of April to 15th of April. Phase 2 of the census is the population enumeration that will begin for the All India country. All India, it will begin from 9th February 2027 and will end at 28th February 2027 in the entire country. The census data will be released with a reference date of 00 hours of 1st March. So the outcome of all the census activities will have a reference date, that is the midnight of 28th Feb and the 1st of March 2027. As I mentioned, the census will be conducted under the Census Act 1948. The three sections that we require you all to give out a message also to the general public. Under section 9 of the Census Act, the public is obliged to allow entry of census staff in his or her own house, to allow painting of number on her or his house under section 9, and to give correct information to the best of the knowledge and belief under section 8 of the Census Act. These are the three obligations on the part of the public that we require the cooperation from the Goa state. Under section 11, there is an obligation of census officers to carry out the census activity in a very dedicated manner. Next we'll come to the, as I mentioned, Census 2027 is a constitutional exercise. This is the 8th census since independence, and this is the 16th census since 1872 when the first census took place. As far as the structure of hierarchy and the structure of the census operations in Goa are concerned, we have 3 districts and therefore we have 3 principal census officers who are the collectors of North Goa, South Goa and Kushavati districts. Then we have the census charge officers. We have divided Goa into 26 charges. These charge officers are deputy collectors and the mamaltadars. The enumerators and supervisors are primarily teachers. I will just give you a figure of the supervisors and enumerators in Goa that we have employed. We are employing 422 supervisors and 2,467 enumerators, including the 10% reserve. So total 3,086 teachers and other government office staff are employed for census in Goa. As far as the data collection is concerned, this is the first digital census. The data collection will happen through a house listing operation app wherein 33 questions are fed in, and questions will be in a form of a drop down menu with the options below, where in self-enumeration you can fill in yourself, or an enumerator will begin the actual exercise on field from 16th of April, which will continue till 15th of May for our state. Enumerators and supervisors will have to use their own device. The remuneration for HLO phase 1 and HLO phase 2 is total 25,000 for enumerators and supervisors. The whole process will be managed and monitored through CMMS portal. Next, I'll come to the type of questions. So the 33 questions that I mentioned that will be taken place in the house listing census in phase 1. The questions are largely on identification particulars, which includes your building number, house number, line number. Secondly, the housing condition, the material of floor, the roof, material of roof, use and condition of the house, ownership, number of rooms, number of married couples, amenities available, drinking water, lighting, latrine facility, drainage connectivity, bathing, kitchen, LPG, PNG connection, and the main fuel used for cooking. Assets possessed, radio, television, computer, laptop, telephone, mobile phone, smartphone, bicycle, scooter, motorcycle, moped, car, jeep, van, and access to internet. The other question also include main cereal consumed in the household and the mobile number for census communication purposes. So these are largely the 33 questions that will be asked. As far as the self-enumeration is concerned, we will be beginning our self-enumeration from tomorrow. This is basically a portal wherein public can access this portal through a mobile number. They can answer the questions through a drop-down menu. They can either save the draft or they can edit or final submit it. After this, an 11 number ID will be generated. This number has to be shown to the enumerator whenever they visit the house during the actual census of the HLO operation. The enumerator will read and verify whether the answers are correct, whether you want to give it a final submission or whether you want to change it. Then that information will be submitted finally. End-to-end security system is in place as far as the self-enumeration is concerned and otherwise also. Lastly, I would like to tell you about the training cascade that we followed in Goa. We had 2 national trainers with us that were trained in Delhi at the RGI office. We had the 6 master trainers with us that were trained in Goa. Then these 6 master trainers trained 50 field trainers. So 22 field trainers from North Goa and 28 field trainers from South Goa and Kushavati were trained. These field trainers right now are training enumerators and supervisors. Total enumerators and supervisors, as I mentioned, are 422 and 2,467. With this, our final appeal to Goa citizens at large, through all of you, through the media, I request everyone to participate wholeheartedly in this constitutional exercise. Every response counts, every household matters. Census is a bedrock of informed governance, effective planning, policy formulation, and ultimately inclusive development. Residents of Goa are earnestly encouraged to provide accurate information to the best of their knowledge and extend wholehearted cooperation to our officials. Thank you.
What is the status of the